Hey guys, before we get started with this video, please like and subscribe. Make sure you can show your support, and by doing that, like the video and subscribe. But today, the video is going to be my 2020 House prediction, my updated House prediction. Now, my last prediction was during impeachment. It was towards the end of impeachment during the Senate trial, but it was towards the end of impeachment. And now we are doing another, that was back in January 20th. The date now is March 22nd, and we are going to be doing another election prediction for the U.S. House of Representatives. Currently, the Democrats control 232 seats, and the Republicans control 197. And we are doing it on 270 to win because it shows how much the margins were in the 2016 election, how much they won by in 2018. It gives a bit more information than YAPMS, so we're going to be using that today. This is the contested map for 2020, what it ranks it as, and I'm just going to be going through all of these seats down here and showing which ones I think are going to flip. First, we'll just go through these seats that I think are going to be competitive. Tom O'Halloran's seat, I think, is going to stay. He won by 7.6% in Arizona, and it only won by 1.1% in 2016, and that'll probably go blue in 2020. It is a trending state and a trending district as well, so I think that'll stay, as well as I think that all of these seats will stay as well. I think that the first flip we're going to see is TJ Cox. We saw that in the primary, the jungle primary, the Republican candidate got 53%, and there was also another about 11-12% of Republican vote. TJ Cox only got about 36% of the vote in the primary, and while you could argue that's because of low Democratic turnout, it is in the LA suburbs, I'm pretty sure. He also got involved in some corruption thing or something like that. And while his district is a very blue district, he only won by 0.5% in 2018, and he's running against the same guy, and it's no longer Wavier. So then I think that he is going to lose. I do think all the other California seats will stay the same. I think Harley Rowda's seat might be a bit closer, but I think he is still going to win. All of these seats are going to stay the same. All of the Florida seats will stay the same. Going down here to Georgia, I think Georgia's seat is going to stay in the blue column. It is a trending state. She did win, Lucy McBeth. She did win by 1% in 2018. And while she has been a bit partisan, she is on the Judiciary Committee. She did vote for the impeachment, like most Democrats did. The district only went to Donald Trump by 1.5% in 2016, and Georgia is probably going to be a little bit closer, meaning the district will probably go by to the Democrats, meaning that I think Lucy McGrath will probably maintain her seat. Georgia's 7th district is also going to stay in the Democratic and the Republican column, although Rob Woodall is retiring. It is a trending state. It'll get closer than 6.3%, but it will still stay within the red column. I think that Iowa's first district is going to stay with the Democrats, but I do think that the two other Iowa districts are going to go to the Republicans. We see the margins here in 2016. Donald Trump won this state by 10% back in 2016. I don't think the margin is going to be 10% this time, but I do think that it's going to be enough to be able to flip first Iowa's second district because we see David Lobsack is retiring. He's been here since 2006. That's why he was able to win by such large margins, and it is the reddest district out of all of these Iowa districts. And because of that, he is going to be able to. That seat is going to flip to the Republican column. Same thing with Iowa's 3rd district, just because Cindy Axne won by a lot less of a margin than Abby Finkenauer did, and so that seat will flip. I think Iowa's 4th will stay with Steve King, despite all the other stuff about him. Illinois' 13th district is going to stay as well. I think it's a suburb of Chicago, and it did go to Donald Trump by a little bit, despite Hillary Clinton doing very well in the state. Lauren Underwood, I do think, is going to narrowly keep her seat. I think that is a Chicago suburb district, and we see that they will elect progressives in the Chicago suburbs. We saw that with the other district, I forgot which one it was, maybe I think it was the 12th or something like that, with Dan Lipinski losing his seat. I think that Lauren Underwood will narrowly retain her seat just due to the fact that she won by 5 points in 2018. And as we just keep going down here, we're going to be going through some more. Sharice Davids will keep her seat. Jared Golden, I think he is going to lose his seat. He only won in 2018 because of the ranked choice voting, and I don't think that you're going to see the same excitement or turnout amongst Democrats this time. It is Maine's 2nd district as well, and it did go to Donald Trump by 10.3%, and that might be a bit closer, but I think he will narrowly lose. It will be close, but he is going to lose. Justin Amash will retain his seat if he is able to win the primary, but it'll stay in the red column regardless. I do think that Alyssa Slotkin, Michigan's 8th district, I think that is going to flip a red to the red column. We've seen Red Eagle talk about this a lot. He is from her district. And this district went to Donald Trump by 7%. And while I do think it's going to be closer than that, this district is going to be very close. She only won it by 3.8 percentage points. And I think that she will probably lose by about half a percentage point. I think that Michigan's 11th district will not be a likely margin. I think it'll be a lean margin because it did go to Donald Trump by 4.4%. And while that will be closer, I don't think she's going to win by 6.6% like she did last time. And instead, that'll be a lean margin. Minnesota's first district is going to stay, I think probably by a likely margin. Uh, Minnesota's second district is going to be a lean. I don't think it'll be a likely margin. These seats will all stay the same. I think Minnesota's 7th district is going to stay with Colin Peterson. He has been a long-term Democrat. He may retire soon, but I think at this point he is going to retain his seat because he did still win in 2018 and he's been around for a long time. So we'll just keep going down the list here. We get into the New Hampshire district. New Hampshire's first district is going to go to Chris Pappas. He won by such a large margin in 2018. And I think that you're not going to see the excitement to vote him out. You're not going to see an 8.5% swing back to the Republican column to vote him out. Jeff Van Drew's seat will stay red. He switched to the Republican Party. I think that Andy Kim is going to retain his seat. I think that he'll narrowly retain the seat because the district did go to Donald Trump by 6.2 percentage points, and he did win by 1.2 percentage points. But this district, if you look at it historically, it has been controlled by Democrats, I think. And Donald Trump, you're not going to see that Donald Trump wins it by 6.2 percentage points because New Jersey is a safe district. New Jersey is a safe Democratic state, and I think because of that, that'll stay in the Democratic column. New Mexico's second, I think, Torres Small, she's going to be dead on arrival. I think this seat will be lean. I won't put it at a likely margin yet just because you're unseating an incumbent, but it is a 10.2% Donald Trump district, and that seat is going to flip to the Republican column. We go down here, these seats will all stay the same as well. I think Max Rose's seat is going to flip. I live near this district as well. Staten Island, this is where the district is in New York, is a very Republican area. It did go to Donald Trump by a very large margin, and Max Rose has voted for impeachment. He hasn't voted for the things that he said he necessarily would, and because of that, the district will flip. Same thing with New York's 19th district. It isn't as Republican as New York's 11th district, but it will also flip to the Republican column. That is New York's 19th district, as well as New York's 22nd district. That is going to flip to the Republican column as well. It is such a Republican district. And the voters did flock towards the candidate Anthony Brindisi, but it is going to go back to the Republican column. I think John Katko's seat will narrowly be retained by the Republicans, but you could see that it does flip towards the Democratic column. Depends how much voter turnout you see. Kendra Horn, obviously, she's going to be dead on arrival. This is Oklahoma. Not a single county in Oklahoma has gone to the Democrats since 2000, and because of that, she is going to be dead on arrival and losing her seat probably by 4 to 5 percentage points, which is a lot for an incumbent. I do think that Pennsylvania's first district, Brian Fitzpatrick, is going to flip. This district, we saw for many years, went to the Democrats by margins of like 85 to 15. And Brian Fitzpatrick has come in. He has been pretty bipartisan. He didn't vote for impeachment, but it is a Democratic district at this point, and I think that he is going to lose his seat. Pennsylvania's 8th, I also think, is going to stay the same. Pennsylvania's 10th, I also think, is going to stay the same. Joe Cunningham in South Carolina's first district, I think, is also going to be dead on arrival. He's going to lose. If we keep going down here to the other toss-up states, I think Pete Olson is going to win his district, or not Pete Olson, but he's not running a re-election. It is a trending state, but they are going to, whoever the Republican candidate is going to win narrowly. Although, as it says here, I think that Texas's 23rd district, which is a more blue district, is going to go to the Democrats, but Texas's 24th will stay with the Republicans. Going then here, Utah's 4th district will be a lead margin. We saw it only went to Donald Trump by only 6.7% because of Evan McMullin in 2016. He only won by 0.2% in a blue wave year. He is not going to win his district again. Abigail Spanberger, this is going to be a close one, but I think that it is going to lean towards the Republican candidate, whoever that may be. She only won by 2 percentage points with a Libertarian candidate running as well. That took up 1.5% of the vote, and it is a Donald Trump district. And despite the fact that it's a trending blue state, she is going to lose her seat, and by a very small margin, but she will lose. And then all of these, I think, will stay the same. So looking at the grand reveal here, I think that the Democrats are going, after this, the Democrats are going to have 225 seats, and the Republicans are going to have 210 seats. This would maintain a Democratic majority, as we can see here. It would be a barely Democratic majority. You need 218 for a majority. The Democrats will only have 7 more than that. We saw that what they got in 2018 was basically them being maxed out, with the exception of some of the North Carolina districts because of redistricting, and some of the Texas districts that may flip, or maybe Pennsylvania's first, like I predicted. But I do think that the Democrats are going to retain the House. I think it will get closer, similar to what you saw in 2012 when the Democrats gained back a couple seats from when the Republicans got a big win in 2010. But the Republicans are not going to be able to flip it back, and I don't think at this point that they even may win in the presidential election. So this would be a good result for Democrats if they were able to retain the House, and I think that the chances are in their favor as well. I think that they are most likely going to maintain the House. But yeah, this is my prediction: 225 Democrats, 210 Republicans, a net gain of 7 for the Republicans. I think it's a net gain of 7, yeah. Alright, but thank you all for watching this video. Please like and subscribe as always, and I will see you guys later.